Right, this is somewhat of an explanation on why I'm doing what I'm doing, but I'm taking you in there first so you can actually see what's happening. Thought my graphics card was broken. It was strange last night. I yeah, recorded a session and basically come today and it's not working. But I'm going to take you in with me so you can see if it'll ever switch Windows to this. Yeah, it's right, nearly there. It seems to struggle with this last 5%, but I don't know whether I'm when things go wrong. It's weird how you enter a heightened stage of awareness where you're like looking for faults and looking for things, and sometimes you put two and two together and you make five instead of four. So yeah, this last 5% does take a while, but then I've got to be honest, it took a long time anyway in the end for big maps to load. So I'd often just pop and grab a cuppa or whatever. I don't mean it took that long, but what I mean is when I got back, it was always done. So if you click on start, it does take you in, but it's sort of like as if it's in slow motion. It did worry me. I thought, oh no, the graphics card's broken or something like that. This, yeah, I pressed it, it will pop. Honest, it's yeah, that's. But look at the darkness. It's sort of like slow motion, and it really is like that. It gets brighter as you sort of leave it. You can see it's gradually getting brighter. And I'm moving to the right, but it's not doing it when I say it's like slow motion. It's like now to begin with, I thought, oh, obviously it was the even to get in the menus, I press the button, it doesn't even move down. Well, you've got it better to click it with the mouse, and even that's not quick. And I thought, oh, but it's not. It is actually no point in saving it. It is actually broken. The map is broken. So for some reason between sessions, as it has happened before, yeah, you when you click the yes, and nothing like this happens on the Avon Valley one. So I thought, oh, okay, well, oh, actually, I hadn't clicked the yes that time because of the lag. There's an awful lot of lag. So, but you can see on this, it isn't like this. So I've got the backup save, and I thought, well, okay, let's delete it and go back in. Um, Yeah, because we're going to just swap the XMLs. So I thought I'd actually take you in and show you. Mind you, it's hard for me to show you, but on a new map, we'll just go in together and see, is this the same? It shouldn't be. It's a new copy of the map. It's on the same slots, which I don't particularly like doing, but it does completely erase that. That's why there is no save at this precise moment. If I took you in to the save, I haven't got an OBS scene that goes to the yeah. I even went to the extent of I had a new hard drive that crashed on me last week, and so it sort of makes you again aware of all your hardware and all that. Oh, see, and that's what I'm saying. That there was no weird glitch from 95 to 100. Yeah, it's and there's no slowdown either on this. Yeah, it's right back where it should be. So as you can see, this is completely different. The bad thing is, you're in August. No matter what you sort of say or do, imagine we were only in September. But what I'm saying is, yeah, I don't want this to sort of be an excuse for cheating, because you know, back up to 500 grand, we'll alter the. Yeah, I mean, we obviously owned all that we owned, and it will put in my XMLs, and it will even no, it won't do the ground. This is the one thing you can't control. Now, we ploughed this in the very last session. I've got to be honest, that last session was an absolute backbreaker, but it actually broke the map as well. We did so well, oh, you could say. Yeah, so when I come back in, we will own all that we owned, and the money will, I'll put the money back up to where it should be, because so one thing you don't sort of do, so the McKeowens, I don't know how you pronounce that, It's probably completely different from that. But yeah, it's so I just thought I'd bring you back in. So it was the map, broken map. So it was me. I did my new graphics card and all the rest of it. I didn't need to at all. It was just a broken map. But you never know. I've had quite a few issues recently, so it's sometimes worth doing. I've got FS25 on the thing, so got all of my hardware ready for it. So it's not that bad really. But yeah, I'm going to bring you back in a few minutes and show you how well we've done. As in, like, yeah, grab everything back in. I was hoping the session was going to be quite an exciting one where we cracked on because I've got to be honest, how well we've done. I don't think I've ever done so well on hard economy because we've been on hard economy. There's been no switcheroos or anything like that. No, well, you've been with me every step of the way. As in, if you've watched every single bit of footage, you can see that every 1,000 liters we actually did do it. So yeah, well, there's been no skullduggery or cheating or anything. And when that silage goes in and gets turned to fertilizer, 1,000,000 liters of fertilizer is going to sell for a lot of cash. So it may be that I have probably surpassed anything I've ever done before, which is quite a nice place to be because I've never been able to repeat the successes that I had in FS19 when we switched to FS22. But I had two years to master FS19, and I suppose what I'm trying to say is that we've also had the same here. Or it might be even longer because FS25 there's been 3 years, haven't there, to 25. So I've had 3 years to get to grips with productions and all the rest of it. So I suppose one of the last was my Norwich Valley. Not Norwich doesn't sound right. Yeah, doesn't Norwich. Was it Norwich? No, it's because I've said Avon Valley. I've got Valley in my head. I could have sworn it was anyway. Yeah, it was. Was it Norwich or Greenwich Valley? That's right. I knew it didn't sound right in my head. Yeah, Greenwich Valley was one of the last ones that I did. Of the English map, I did obviously Lonoke as well, but it is on YouTube how well we actually did on that. Very poor quality in comparison to the 4K that I do now, but still watchable. There's still yeah, it is. Right, anyway, I'm waffling and wasting time. So, yeah, I'm going to bring you back in when we've done all the switcheroos. So I'm going to see you in a few minutes. Right, I've had to, yeah, apologize for that last bit of video. For some reason, it didn't. One thing about OBS, I never understand. Yes, it has gone wrong. I am moving, but it is not moving. Now, the light levels did do exactly the same again, and you can see that actually, so this sort of does prove, strangely enough, that it's what we've done in our XMLs that have actually broken it. So I'm going to have to, for once, leave the game and sort of move the content, as in the vehicles. You've got to have your vehicles. Placeables we can put back down and then put the money back down to the end once we put everything back to what we. I think we're just going to go old school, buy the fields and put the money back up to what it was before and put the placeables where they were before. Or I suppose, yeah, you could sort of put everything back but do it differently. But then I don't like doing that because it's sort of you you can see what you did wrong or all that type of stuff, but there's definitely something wrong. As I'm moving around, I'm not moving properly, and there was no such constraints before I put my XMLs in. So one of them is bad. Yeah, maybe the career save game. I don't normally do that, so I'm gonna give it one last shot normally. Because vehicles and placeables, I've never seen it do that before, but it doesn't mean to say it hasn't. So, yeah, I'll bring it back in shortly. At least you can see all of the window this time. Yeah, that was really annoying. Yeah, I don't understand with OBS. The window, you've got like sliders, but when I look at my settings, everything should be perfect, but then I have to manually drag the window setting to match the scene, and I don't understand why I have to do that when I'd already told it what it was. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to see you shortly. Okay, well, that is a little bit bad. It is. It's all I've done this time is taking my vehicles and yeah, the helper admin, which is the names, and it's still broken. So it's really strange. It's like whatever's broken is to do with what I'm doing. So do we own anything? I can see like vehicles in the background. So oh no, we should because I put my vehicles in. Yeah, but it's gone wrong. So I don't know how we're going to do this. I've never had this problem before where yeah, it's refusing to sort of come out, and you can see that. You shouldn't see that, the white. It's because it's almost like we're in slow motion. It's like something, and it's obviously something. There's only two files I've done, helper admin, which is only names, and vehicles, which seems me putting that in. It's like there's some artifacts in that particular thing that's gone wrong, so or that's upsetting other things because it knows I shouldn't have them. I mean, I've done it lots of times, but there's changes made in the game all of the time, and you don't know what that affects. The Giants haven't done something to stop something, that they've added a new file that links something together, which stops you from doing what you used to do. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is we are going to like do this from scratch then, and we're sort of going to have to not cheat, but sort of like, yeah, piece by piece buy the hardware we've got that we should have. But the only bad thing, I've done this once before on the old stream farm. And obviously, the bad thing is that if you buy all of the equipment that you've got and you buy it new, it is new. Which I know that's obvious, but what I mean is its value is more. Now, I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to sell it. I'm happy with all of the equipment that we've got, so I won't get any value from it. And we don't ever sell them at the end of the Let's Play. So the only advantage is I'm going to be driving around in new equipment rather than old, and then we'll adjust the money when we finish, when we bought the fields, put everything down, and that type of stuff. So yeah, I shall bring you back when I have literally done the game again, and I shall bring you back in. So I'm going to see you shortly. Yeah, I was thinking, I was, yeah, obviously, it's just something I've never seen other content creators do. And I was thinking, people always talk about PCs being so much better than, say, console, but you don't get this on console. But because you can't do your XMLs, but what I mean is you don't get these kind of problems. You see, I didn't do anything with XMLs the session before, but something went wrong because PC's got a bit more freedom. PlayStation hasn't got that freedom, but it means the system can't go wrong the same. Now, I know you can have individual mods still go funny because I've seen that on Mr. Silly P where a mod went funny, a factory went wrong, and that type of stuff. Um, yeah, and he tried to fix it on one of his Let's Plays, but that's the worst I've ever seen. Whereas on PC, all hell can literally break loose and the world is broken like it is right now. So, yeah, I'm going to bring you back in a few minutes. I had a thought. I did, yeah. I was talking about how the property was worth 1 million, and thought, well, you've got to inject cash in, so why don't you just have a bit of fun with this? Because you can also see what equipment that you get on new farmer starts that you don't get, and all that type of stuff that a new farmer gets. It's one of those unique opportunities, and we can sell all of those and buy all of mine, basically. So yeah, I'm gonna have to sort of like chop and change a little because I'm not sure I'm going to remember. But yeah, so we should just get. Yeah, this is fast already. You can see that. Yeah, it is. It's a straight. So we are this time the owner of quite a lot. Oh wow, I was. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, we own a lot. So equipment wise, not that it matters. Just this is just for a bit of fun, as in we can see what we've got. Is there any overlap? Oh, there is. The telehandler. We don't need to buy it. We've already got that exact one, and it's not worth full amounts. Excellent. Harvester. Yeah. Well, we need cash anyway to like work with. So other than the telehandler, which we'll keep because we've got that one anyway. Header we bought a 12 meter and front loader, of course, for the little tractor. Yeah, which we still own the little tractor as well because that was given to us, as was the front loader. So we're going to keep all of those at 33 euros is all it's worth. Yeah, so everything else we're going to sell, lock, stock, and smoking barrel. No, according to the, yeah, let's sell everything where it is as well. Yeah, sell, sell. Just going to go mad. Oh, got to be a bit careful though. No, 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 no. No, that's the one thing we, and yeah. Oh, two header trailers. And yet we haven't got a corn. I don't get that. We didn't have a John Deere, did we? No. I'm going to have to check this, aren't I? We will sell that, but do it keep the bucket? It's not a bad size. No, we weren't. I like the trailer. Right now, now we go to the. Oh, we're going to adjust the money back. It's just a bit of fun. Yeah, we're not like going to cheat or anything. Now we do own Field 41 and we own 74, so we actually did get that. We also bought this, which we should still own. So we'll just sell everything that we don't. Yeah, very good field prices. Oh, now they're two good fields. I must remember that. Obviously, we're going to be buying something of these back. Very the actual um, animal things are very very reasonable too. Very reasonable. Yeah, I mean I've got to say 29,000 for a field that big. It's really quite phenomenal. Suppose there is one thing that we can do because we are starting again. No matter what way you sort of look at this, yeah, this is the one that's going to give us a shed load of cash, 977,000 euros. We had that, and we didn't have that. We could sort of bring the animals closer to home. We could sort of, what I'm trying to say is, I always find that this is painful. All of this kind of process is very painful. Where you do this. Now we did have Field 77, which was worth how much? 25,000. That's the periphery which you can actually buy. So yeah, we own that, but there's a house there already, so that's not really going to evade us very much. We still should own that, and that is our farmyard. So I think this time we're going to do everything on the farmyard rather than 77. But we've got 25,000 down at the minute, so they're the fields that we've got, and we will have a shed load of cash really because yeah, we have. Right, so then, with that in mind, yeah, the bad thing is obviously we had a monstrous session last time where we, yeah, we did everything, and the grass is all back. I'm not gonna let that. This grass is gone because it's gone. It is. We're not gonna like cheat or anything like that. We're gonna stick everything back that we had before, but we might change this a little. I'm gonna say that's what I'm trying to say. It sometimes I always find that with these type of things, I think you've got to have a bit of fun with it, and that's my point. So we're sort of in a unique position. That's no longer going to be a grass field. We're going to rip that up. That is going to be a grass field. So, or is it? Or is it? Do we do something a little different? That's too horrible for a grass field. We did a grass start, but we could sort of, I suppose. Are those two gates? Are they all grass? Two grass. We could sort of. Trying to think where the best place for a farm supply production would be if we're going to buy those two grass fields and have a bit of grass still. Although I very rarely did that. We'll keep 74 because we've always had 74. We could put farm supply production in the corner and just have that as the farm supply production, or we could stick it there, which is better in a way for us, or just behind the gate. That's also good because you've not got far to go. But I suppose, yeah, what about if we're going to go normal? The pivotal point is actually where it was before, really. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. What I'm trying to say is the fields we're likely to buy are in this area, and the pivotal point, the central point, is there, and the central point of that is there, where we did have the farm supply production. already. So I think, all things considered, we're going to stick it straight back right there. Now, yeah, the other thing is that we're going to have to alter the field somewhat. Courses are gone because it's a new computer. So I've got no courses at all from CourseBase. So what we're going to do is we do own the field. We're going to change it slightly before we do this. So we want dry grass, and we just want to like make this a little bit bigger and take that corner off. It's a shame. I know we're losing a bit of like field, but and that's it. And Courseplay will see that as the new field edge. We will still be able to get in. Now, is that enough room for us to get in properly? It's going to have to like go. I should say that will be. Yeah, I've just enough room to. I've done this type before where you give yourself maximum 'cause you think, I don't want to lose any grass. Yeah, but it's going to drive you crazy, that entire Let's Play. Be generous because it will annoy you. It did on Stone Valley. I learned a lesson. I was trying to like, cause you do maximize your fields because it's hard economy and it's start from scratch. But then I damage the crop because I'm going too close to the edge of the field, and that hurts even more than the fact that yeah. So right. So in that case, also bear in mind. Let's do this from the back. Now it is a bit of a strange shape, so we could sort of. We could go in V mode and actually go through the wire a little. No, we'll put it in V mode. No, let's not put it in V mode. Let's just get it the best we can, which is about it's like more like that. See if we can. Yeah, that's about right. That's about as good as it gets. Oh, we didn't terribly upset the road. Not an awful lot. So then, let's get this done. Yeah, I just want to. I do like to bring you in so you can see what we did to fix it too. That there's no. Yeah, well, you're seeing. You could technically say I'm cheating at present, as in like, but what we're really doing is getting the Let's Play ready for, and this is what I'm saying about it taking time and all that type of stuff. So we're going to move the distributor. That's the one thing. If we're not owning 77, which we've got 25 grand down because of that, I know the cash is 2 million at the minute. It won't be when we're finished, which is, yeah, we're just using it as a pot of money to put everything back, and then we're going to trim our money to exactly what it was at the end of the last session. And the other thing is obviously, yeah, we've also got to buy a shed load of things, and they're all going to be new, which they weren't before. So yeah, I mean that's an advantage to me using them, but I've got to be honest, not a massive one. Yeah, because I don't ever sell them, so they're not got any value other than the fact they're working vehicles. To me, I don't care that they're second hands. Never have done. Right, so we want this here, and yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? When we did that, it could be the back. I was going to say sometimes the back, yeah, it doesn't care about the trees. So I think we're even going through a fence at that. Right, two sheds, I believe we had. Do we stick to the same sheds? Absolutely, we will. Yeah, on that type of thing, I just think it's more appropriate that we do that because it's sort of like we made choices, and I think we should sort of live with those choices and not. Yeah, I think actually one of our sheds is this away. The I do love this one by Barney, and it's not. I know I am a bit of a cheapskate because I'm a start from scratcher. So what I mean is I don't like wasting money, but it's not. It isn't that I like it. It's really very deep for a 7,000. I know it's going to cost us a little more than that, but it's a really very reasonable price, and it's really is quite large. I mean, it is also dilapidated. I mean, it is. It's not. Let's just see where we get to. Just about there. And then we want the Royal Christie one, as we had before. It's sort of, I mean, the Royal Christie one, I always think it doesn't sort of like limit you to anywhere in particular. It's not a shed that you'd think, nah, you'd never see that in Great Britain. Oh, okay. Have I gone past it? I must have done. Oh, please tell me. No, I copied my mods from one PC to another, so it should have got everything that I had before. I would have just been too busy not paying attention properly. Not sure. Oh, okay. So I'm sure they were before that, unless it reorders them. Ah, okay. Well, that's a bit different, right? I don't want that. Yeah, they're going to give this a bit more room than we did last time for the gate. I'd had quite a big gap in the middle, but this time I'd about the same value of as before. Right. So now let's just check any kind of softening. You got it right for once. Let's just get that all without any banging around. Of course, we had equipment in there, which we've not got any equipment at the minute, apart from that little tractor that we get given by the map maker, which is I am going to make full use of. Yeah, I'm not ashamed of any little tractors. I've owned many. You could say it's my mascot as well. It's on my on the channel picture because I really did fall in love with that. I do love the daisies and it's beautiful grass. It really is. Right, so that and that distributor, the generator. We also need. Or do we do away with that now? No, it was part of the furniture. It was one of the income streams really that assisted us very very much. So I think we will stick with everything we had. That's not bad for that set, actually. This sort of makes no sense to me. This lot, some of it goes. I think that's the one that's I thought was actually quite good for 6,720 for 24 grand. That's not bad. But then it goes silly. What I'm trying to say is, if you work out, I don't think you can with any of these actually put multiples down, can you? Because I'm sure that's what I did. Yeah, that's if you double that, that would be 8,400. And that's not double the amount of cash. So it's a bit of a weird one. But then the leap from 24 to 200, which is almost 10 times the amount. Now, if I times that by 10, it'd be 60,000. That's 16,800. It's sort of like, why would you buy that beast for that extra income when you can have that little one stuck in a corner earning you 6,720? Yeah, it does seem a little bit strange to me. Now, it's a beast. It earns quite a lot of cash, but then you've got to spend your entire thing as a start from scratch on that thing, and it takes up like a lot of space. So yeah, we'll stick to the fantastic lords, and we'll go steep as close as we can. Fantastic, and we will do a bit of landscaping. I can see that did a bit of quite a bit of not that we go, but it's just so it looks like it should do. Right, so then we want the distributor. We'll stick our productions. Yeah, I thought, not being funny, if I was going to design a farm, I'd go around the edge first and then fill in the middle to sort of try and maximize space. But I don't know I mean, when you consider the sheds you get on a lot of them, but they're always a lot smaller. That's why I say those two sheds are huge and they've got a lot of good space in them. I seriously don't think we would need any more than those two sheds on almost any Let's Play, really. I'm thinking of Fox Farms where they had like these around the edge, but like the proper easy sheds, big easy sheds as well, like two or three of them together, and they had it all the way around the farm. We never used more than two sets of them in the entire Let's Play, and we had a lot of equipment. So yeah, it's and we also had We sort of split the yards because we've got two sections. The animals was completely away from the main farmyard. So, right, let's work and talk. Right, so productions. Right, we yeah, we've not bought out now the animals. We did the animals too. Oh, we get that. Yeah, we're gonna have to buy a field that's quite closest for the animals, aren't we? We might buy the sheep field. I think it's a sheep field. We should have had a look before we decided we were going to sell everything. It would have been sensible, really. Right, so then, we did have a farm supply production. Sorry, a production shed. No, it doesn't matter that it's next to that. I think we'll stick that. Yeah, it's pride of place over here. Something that we is quite close to the beginning of our things. We don't want it in V mode. We're just going to stick it in normal, like that. Did do something to that, but I don't think it did a lot. We do a little bit of leveling just from there. Pull that back a little. Of course, it won't let us do too much because of the production shed as well. The only trouble about putting any two buildings near each other, it always does a bit of weirdness. Ruffles the earth. Right, so then, they've got the production sheds. We do want the distributor. We do want, well, it doesn't really matter, I suppose, where the distributor goes. Just, it needs to be the right way round. Oh, of course it's gone all the way back. Of course it has. I should have placed it at the same. Oh, we've not got the zone markers on. Can I remember? It was like that because we put the tap, so we can sort of, if we just go to the back of the fence and stick that as close as we can get away with, like that. So it doesn't come with any landscaping, as in, yeah, I wasn't sure whether it actually did, but it doesn't. So now we did. I fell in love with this pathway stuff. It's quite nice. So let's just try and get this a little bit nice. Um, you're gonna, yeah, I know it's gonna happen. I'm gonna go too far the other way, and then it's gonna make a right mess and make it all bad anyway. So I shouldn't worry too much, really. Besides which, a bit too uniform. It looks a little bit odd because, well, I don't know, for blocks of concrete though. The concrete does tend to have been done quite level. We usually use screeds, so it usually looks all right. So that's that. Anything else production-wise that we had at the time? We did put the animals down. That's what I say. I'd like this to be. We could put the animals, and we could actually put them in this main thing as the centerpiece. I do actually like that, where normal farmyards tend to be like that. Do we do something different? I was going to go for a grand finale of like using my old favourite, the Rawley Christie. We could sort of cut to the chase and just put that down, and it's going to cost us 150 out of our actual cash that we'd got. Really, we could do that rather than put 33 down and then like do that. And yeah, it's sort of like cut to the chase, put it down straight away, and then that is it. I think. I think that's what we're going to do. So this is going to have to come out of our. It is big, as we can see. Do we do this? Now, the main things we need. We do need to get to the slurry bit, though. Oh, it's not quite as level as you think. Not in V mode, are we? Nope. That's going to do an awful bang at that bottom end. I think we could really do with it. It's not as big a field as you think when you stick that monster in. We do need to sort of. That's a bit tight, but it is the center of the universe, really, if we were going to build this like that. Can we get past that? All right, I think level. Yeah, I think otherwise it's going to be, I think that's just enough. It's going to do something awful. I'm not too close to the windmill. Oh, a little bit closer than you thought, though. Oh, no, it does do strange things. We didn't use V mode, though, so we should really. Is that really that? I think we'll soften a little. And let's give it a bit of intensity because it is a bit. We could, I suppose, actually make it into a proper hill like I did on the. And put a proper fence around it. So we wouldn't soften it an awful lot. And we could make it into as if it was like that. That's the beauty of this. Oh, my life. Look at what it did to the front. Ah. Well, it's fine. These end up being a session in themselves. And that's what I'm saying about when you consider your time as a player, the inconvenience of the game going wrong and it not having anything to do with you. You end a session, everything's okay, and then you come back, and then everything's like not okay anymore. You sort of like think, well, isn't that time worth something? And that's what I'm saying. So, but at the minute, this is just a pot of money, and we're just going to fix it. I'm not going to. Oh my life, that really is. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do about that. We could, I suppose. Is it something to the? No, no, you can't see down it. No. As long as it's a gradual incline, it will actually be all right. We shall see. We shall. It might be a lot worse than you think when you actually get down there. These are really quite severe hills where it drops down. Yeah, so we're sort of going up a hill to get into the shed, which that's not ideal. I should have done what I've done on a couple of Let's Plays, which is, of course, you don't realize it's going to take you a long time. I did a time lapse of this type of thing when I knew I'd got a lot of work, but we've nearly done now. So, uh, yeah, this was not too bad down here actually. This sort of like was okay. Now, I'm sure sometimes it does this. I think it depends on the ground that is actually underneath it. So this is all right. Well, let's do the decoration. Let's do some fencing, and we'll do. I like this one the most, not because it's cheap. It is, but I like the lack of uniformness with it, as in like it's very much like a. Let's just see. You want to go as close to the edge as possible, and I would say to about there. And the same over here. Do we need a bit more? I think we can just about get away with that. The safety. Stop any personal vehicle like falling and hurting themselves, although vehicles would probably crash through it. So that will be enough, I would say. Do we marry that to the existing sort of fence, like a natural boundary would be like that? Yeah, we will. Fantastic. So then, we have set the scene. We do need to take minus 150, but we also were owed 25. So minus 125 from our total when we finish. Yes, so we've got our cows in our main farmyard, and that is our real pride of place. There's very little room for anything else. But to be honest, we don't need a lot more. We've got a bit of room for productions going along the edge of that. I think, yeah, distributor will need a tap. Let's get that done now. What time is it? Oh, my alarm's going to go off any second now. buildings, container. Yeah, the other thing is we are going to, yeah. Oh, that is my alarm this very second. So we want to stick the, yeah, no, not the compost. It does look like that. We want to stick the water down. That is, that's true. We're going to need two taps. Let's be sensible. Yeah, the zoom, I still can't get used to it right. Right, we ought to really put zone markers on. Oh, of course, I keep forgetting. Let's show you my settings. I thought I'd done everything, but of course you come back in and it's all back to square one because it's about the fourth time I've been in. So yeah, you'll see we don't want it on easy, we want it on hard, we don't want that. We'd have probably wasted half the day, and we do want. If I switch that on now, it's going to ruin all my fields. That's the only bad thing about it. We shall show it with and without. We're going to go to slow, and we're going to go to normal, which is what I normally do. We don't want any of this nonsense at all. It really, I mean, it's not nonsense if you want it to be. Now these I've started to get a little bit really daring. I'm only doing 50/50. Yeah, it's not my normal settings. So save that now. Do we go in and then out just to make sure that everything's all right? How does this look? Ooh, I was right. It's a real. Yeah, we may have to. Do we level? Get these down now and level. But the trouble is, it's the it's the path behind that's really got to be the level because that's the thing that's going to be mucked around with the most. So we're going to have to sort of maybe do one of those gradients where it goes down a little bit, or we might get away with it. It's a bit severe, but might. We shall see. We'll play it by ear. Yeah, the minute we're playing money, that's not ours anyway. So yeah, we will. It will have been. So right. So that's all done. No, that's what I was going to do, isn't it? Yeah. Tap because I can see where it's going to go now that we've got the zone markers on. Uh, have we? Oh, please don't tell me I've not got that mod. I haven't. Well, I copied all my mods across. Well, that's a bit odd, unless I didn't tick it. Oh, I probably not ticked it. Right, okay, well, we're gonna have to go old school then. Where before we had such a... Well, no, we've got zone markers on here, haven't we? Somewhere, I forget where it is. It's that long since I've actually... There we go, interactive zone markers. Let's go old school. Right, so then, container, I'll have to tick that one. That is, really has become, to me personally, a very, very important. So if we do this, you can normally stick this without, I was going to say you can normally stick this. We sort of do it like that. And we also want another one near the water in the animals, which we will do inside if it let us. Which it won't, of course it won't. It will if we put V mode on. It'll start flying in a minute though if we don't. Right, brilliant. And I'm going to do this where I did it once before. As if it was, if we can get away with it, it doesn't really like you doing it, but you do get silos built into things. Now, actually, the Omatana's probably, the new Omatana's got a longer arm, but you do get silos built in as part of this. So just imagine that is exactly what we are doing. It's also got a very tall. No, can't block near the fence. It's still going to have a fill mark though. If we be clever, it's like it's coming out through, it will come out just through the roof line. We do that. Yeah, it's that the real thing is so while we've got that like that, I think what we're going to do is stick some gravel right where that is so we know where it is when it disappears. But you should see The nozzle coming through a little. Now then. Or not. It will still say fill though, but in real life, obviously, these are the things you can't adjust. I could have buried it, yeah, because the ground level's important. I could have done that, but it should work. Right, so then now it's all the equipment, I believe. Water, yes. Right, so then let's switch the interactive zone markers off again, old school way. Let's buy a bit of equipment, see what if I can actually remember. Oh, yeah, sell that as well. We did not have that. But we did have everything else, including the tie hand, although we bought ours. Sales. No, none of it is what I would like to buy. So let's go through. We had uh, didn't have a wheel loader on this one. I'm getting confused with another one. Trucks. We didn't have a truck. Small tractors. We did have the fence. Original fence. The fence favorite. And he was only 115. So did he have a front loader attacher? I don't want to faff around either. Let's buy him as is quickly. Let's people's times is important. We also had a 200 odd horsepower, which may be a medium tractor rather than a small. We did have a New Holland. That's a Valtra. I've just been thorough because I know what I'm like. I'll forget. It's sort of like the visual reminder. Nope. Xylem a bit more. Well, it is a little bit, quite a large bit more, isn't it? Quite a bit more powerful. No, we did have a Massey, but it was a bit of a bigger Massey. I think it's a no, we didn't have one of those on this, so it's a medium tractor. So it was a 200 odd horsepower Massey, but it also could go up to a 225. So I think it was definitely 200, but well, it could have been the top limit. Could have been the 220, and it was I think it was 200 horsepower, which you can't do with this one, so it can't have been that one. Right, okay, so wasn't that big. No, it's definitely one of the smaller ones than that. Now we had the big JCB, which was not that one. That's the small one. We did also have a T7, but not that big. It was a modded one, so it's amazing when you've come to actually do this. That's 235 as well. We did have the 800, the Lurcher, as I called him. What's the difference between the turbo shifts 800s? Oh, we'll go for the slightly bigger one in the hope that it's not less, it's less lurchy. We did do the 50, and that's all we did do to it. We were going to upgrade it, but this is not our money, so we'll like leave it as is right now. Yeah, we will. Yeah, buy. So two fence, and yeah, we're looking for. I've not had the Lamborghini. I've not seen it in the sales hardly at all, actually, strangely enough. It could be one of 220. It could have been one of these. But I'm sure it was 225, but it could be that one. So it was 200 horsepower. That's 220. Don't want to be cheating. No, it's too high. Yeah. Oh, this is annoying. No, that's too big. 210 to 280. 210 to 280. Oh, we had the Blaueye one. Yeah, rather than the... That looks about right. It was think it was 165. Yeah, because I remember doing. I think it was the low end one. We had a front 3-point link put on it. So then attaches 3 points like that. 165. I think that's what it was. It was nothing special. It was like, quite. Now we want the biggie because that really was, which is, as you just said, a biggie. Large tractor, definitely. Which I believe is the only large tractor we actually had. Which is that beautiful beast there. It might not have been that one though, is it? I think it was a standard JCB. It was a real, it was 170,000 when we actually got it. 200, and we will make that a bit, it's a bit noisy. Yeah, fantastic. I think, oh, was it in tractors? So we then had the Valzelli. We had fertilizer system. We had two. One in the shape of a that, and one in the shape of that. We might feel the sharp doing this. That's the only bad thing. We didn't have a chainsaw. We did have a belt system. We had the fluffy mods. It never seems to sit well, but it is a, yeah. And we did have a dolly. Did, we had the CLX dolly, and we had the. Let's just do this methodically. Front loader tools. We've got that original. We had a forage. No, we didn't. We had the Valzelli. We used the Valzelli as a. We did have a 12-meter header, which was a fence. I remember. Yeah, not been the power flow. It was the fence version. I remember sort of seeing it. So that two. That's the only header we did have. We had no header trailer. We did have a bale loader in the shape of a TPS, which is right at the end. Oh, okay, yeah, of course, the first time I've ever used it, isn't it? In this, yeah. So I did at least tick this. So it is Chrome, apply yes. Now this is an important mod to me. It is, definitely. Now we did have a windrower. We had seeders and planters and things like that as well. So no loader, no headers, yes. Miscellaneous, probably a couple of things in the shape of those as well. Mower, we did have a HX20. So we're going to have HX20 again. What time is it? Yeah, I've got to keep my eye on the time, so I've got to get ready soon. Sprayer? Did we have a sprayer? I don't know, but it's not important right now. Seeder. We had the holes, which is one of the last ones on here. It is that. So yeah, we're going to buy that. And it was the Massey Ferguson M17. Oh, I thought that might happen. Yes. We could sort of, if it will let us do it, I'm not sure it will. We could sort of, because I mean, we did have our equipment with us. We could sort of see if we can reset, if it'll let us do that. Because this is a special session. This is not like normal rules are not applying. So will it do this? Yes, it will. Right, okay, fantastic. Uh, we need to shift. Yeah, when you've done a few like that, you've got to be careful because then you've got to like move it. Uh, it sounds like a real expert. Now we did leave that down there, so I think we will on the TPS, and this little lot will need to come down. Fantastic. And now we want to move again because, yeah, I've got inside the field, as you do. Right, ready for some more to bring across. So then let's get back on with some buying. We did indeed have animals. We had the Matana, which we bought, one of the last things we bought. It's a standard. Oh, okay, we could do it that way, but that's, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that it's costing us money, really, does it? Right, the other one was in miscellaneous, which was the Sluiges one, which was, and the lorry one. We did have a Desvoys, I think. I can't remember if we had more than one. One or two for now. We did have the bale pusher, but we're not using baling at the minute, so Sluiges, where are you hiding? We also had a plough. Oh, soon. Here we go. It was the water one as well, and it was the lorry one, which is slightly cheaper. It's very reasonable anyway, and we will do. I'm just going to make that and the rims the same, and then it can stay like that. No, I don't think. No, we leased the field scanner, but we're going to buy the data because obviously we did the fields. Now it won't let us do some of them, so I think don't think we had anything else out there. We didn't buy toolbox just yet. We will do. We did buy that though, the transport coupling. And we did have a planter too. And very nice. It was the 10 meter, wasn't it? We've never used it yet, but we have actually, yeah, got it. 10 meter. We're going to need to, yeah, because we're going to be like going into the, yeah, like that. We are certainly didn't in that. Plough, we want the ridiculous Dominic. And this one we're going to have to set going because we really do need to get some work done. So plough, I don't think we had too much more. We did have things like the telehandler tool. We did have a tool bale, even though we're not using it at the minute. Did we buy the? I can't remember if we did do this yet, where we bought. I can't remember, but we do need it, so I will have it ordered. But we must remember. Yeah, I don't want to go. Yeah, trailers, the Valzelli, which is one of the last. We also bought the one for the manure, which is not too far off this. I love the Red Rock. And we bought. I've gone too far. It's definitely. He says I've just put this one in. This one here, the Le Bouche. We put a slightly bigger one. Yep. And God knows the double. And then the last one, the Balzelli set, is right at the end, and we got this. I think it was the 4X. Yeah, it is slightly bigger. 68. We had the biggie. Fantastic. That, I think, don't think we weights. Weights. Yeah, we did. We did have this stuff. I remember because I can't remember if the yellow was the wrong yellow for the. No, I did this right. Main color. We did go customize, and we went save colors JCB, JKLMN, J soon, Gens, JCB red, Gens, JCB blue. Oh, JCB yellow. I'm looking on the wrong side. JCB yellow. Apply yes and buy. Yes. Did we actually buy the tractor one? I can't recall us. Yes, we did. I can recall. I just had a brief sort of thought with work lights, and with that main colour we did do this chrome because we said it would go with anything. Oh, right. I thought it might actually be kind to me and remember where it was. Luckily, it's not a big section. And then I'm going to like sling my hook. We'll carry on with the recording tonight because, yeah, I really have run out of time. Fantastic. And that is where I'm going to leave it for now. So we'll pick this up tonight and we'll crack on, carry on, getting everything sorted. Not far off now. I could reset that planter source that's on this side and yeah, we can grab them with the big back handler. I'm not worried. Does that look? There's a bit of weirdness going on just there. The soil has fallen away from that. I am right, it's a bit severe. Right, anyway.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And as always, as fellow shareholders on the farm, I always love to hear from you. And goodbye for now.